And you just listen to a young girl who was saying that the Nigerian community here is totally very angry. It covers all those aspects affecting the various techniques of our youth. PEP was the Ijaw country of the Niger Delta of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He went to several schools. His major academic genesis was at Government College, Ujeli. And
go gather, destroy their food. With the camp and that other camp, the Songo camp, you don't compensate everybody.
In its key generation sometimes. Today our focus will be on the style of J.P. Clark, a poet and writer, and we shall also be very interested in his poem Akbar Dancer.
Some lives are meaningful, some are empty. There are the lives that are eventful, with too much meaning and riches to offer humankind. Long after some of these earthly adventures are no more, one can still find footprints of these great lives on the pavements of our contemporary lives.
Good evening, you're welcome to the program Green Planet. Good day.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for talking to people, places and events, and to the African Center for Community and Development.
Thank you, sir.
What is your name?
My name is Marvin Lingwe Wajiri, and I'm the director of the Peer Education Program of Cameroon, PEP, with the acronym.
What does PEP do?
We are a civil society organization, and we do community development. We are involved in community development programs. We're involved in youth participation in public policy. We're involved in the fight against HIV and AIDS, and using peace as a form of dialogue for development, to promote development in Cameroon.
You have been into civil society activities now for a period of time. How many years so far?
Yes, this is the 9th year that I've been working with civil society. I've worked with a couple of organizations in civil society. I've worked with programs of Kajad. I've worked with the GTZ Adolescent Reproductive Health Programs. I've worked with the pro-democracy of the Canadian corporations and so on.
Now let's get to specifics. You are involved in certain programs like Youth Development and Peace Network. What is that all about?
The Youth Development and Peace Network is a program of the World Bank Cameroon. It's a synergy of youth organizations where they sit and discuss on the various strategy how they can involve in the World Bank's programs. For example, looking at the World Bank funding strategy for Cameroon, the youths are not involved. This network, the YDP, is a platform where youths sit and discuss about issues that concerns development of Cameroon. It's a network that is set by the World Bank for you to actively participate in its policy in Cameroon.
But in your experience as a civil society activist, would you say the youths are actually aware of the need for a strong civil society in Cameroon?
Yes, I may say that some, if I say I want to look at the percentage, if you look at the percentage, most of them are not aware, but the few number are aware. If you say like Cameroon, the youth make up of close to about 72% of the population. And if you look at, when you talk of awareness, I may say that if you look at awareness in terms of development, they may be aware, but they are not involved. And that's the problem. Awareness is just knowing that something is happening, but involvement is participating in the programs. They are aware, but they are not involved.
But with the lack of stakeholders analysis or stakeholders participation, do you think a World Bank program like this Youth Development and Peace Network is workable in Cameroon? Because youths have different categories, they are coming from different tribes, different regions with different dispensations and dispositions. Are you sure that this program can work just by engaging youths that probably need to be channeled by other organizations into understanding and into participating?
I may say that the youth, looking at the program itself, is just a startup program, and it has a strategy. And looking at the strategy, if you look at the strategy for dissemination information, I think this is just a startup program that with time, within these 5 years or in 10 years to come, many of them will be involved in the program. But as of now, if you look at the geo mapping of the members of the YDP, I think it has a national coverage because you see representatives from all the 10 provinces of Cameroon who are leaders of civil society organizations involved in the World Bank, in the YDP program. I think this is just a start of it. We are drawing the plan of action to see how we can vulgarize the YDP approach throughout the 10 provinces of Cameroon. I, as the Secretary General, it's part of my duty to ensure that many, or if not all, of the young people in Cameroon to know about the World Bank's approach and so.
Now, let's get on to the National Youth Council in Cameroon. You say it's a synergy of civil society organizations. Do you think it's effective, or do you think it needs funding, or do you think political movements in Cameroon are trying to overshadow the civil society, or the government is too strong for a civil society structure in Cameroon?
Permit me, I'll separate this, I'll talk in two horizons. As of now, I want to say that as of today, the National Youth Council is not yet established in Cameroon. We are in the pilot phase to establish the National Youth Council by July. We are drawing up documents, we have made the plan of actions, we have made all strategic documents for the establishment of the National Youth Council. And we'll be doing the finalizing some documents within the coming days, which I'm still waiting for the minister to call to give a defined date for the finalization of the National Youth Council document. And if you look at, if you want to talk about the involvement, I think that's what I said, looking at overshadowing the government over the stakeholders, overshadowing the civil society. I may say that if you look at, it's still an approach, like if you look at the Cameroon government decentralization plan, I think it is now, at first, it was like the civil society had no voice in Cameroon, but looking at it now, there's an involvement. Like now they are invited to come to the meetings and the World Bank, the government meetings and many other meetings that they are invited, they are organizing. I think this is a step forward to see the involvement of the civil society and the government. At first, it was not so clear. They had no clear mechanism of operation. I think now they are drawing it, and then they're calling the government. If you see the civil society, they're advocating the advocacy actions about issues that is affecting the Cameroon itself.
It has been Arrey Ivo for people, places, and events.
And you just listened to a young girl who was saying that the Nigerian community here is totally very angry. It covers all those aspects affecting the various techniques of our youth.
Beth was the Ijaw country of the Niger Delta of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He went to several schools. His major academic genesis was at Government College, Ujeli. And
Go gather, destroy their food. With the camp and that other camp, the Songo camp, you don't compensate everybody.
in its key generation sometimes. Today our focus will be on the style of J.P. Clark, a poet and writer, and we shall also be very interested in his poem Akbo Dancer. Some lives are meaningful. Some are empty. To have lives that are eventful, with too much meaning and riches to offer humankind. Long after some of these earthly adventures are no more, one can still find footprints of these great lives on the pavements of our contemporary lives.
Good evening, you're welcome to the program Green Planet.